On this week's episode, come along with our family to Topsail North Carolina, or as the locals call it, Topsul. We spent a week together soaking up the sun, jumping in the waves, sipping cocktails, eating all the wonderful food, and squealing at the sight of dolphins. But first, we are Whitney, Jonathan, Clark, Annie, and Arlo. We're a family who believes in taking chances and living a life we love. Our hearts have been longing for change, for space, for learning, for adventure, right at home. So what did we do? We sold our home without a permanent place to land. We moved into our sister's basement. We found and purchased the property that we believe will house the hopes and growth of our family for years to come. Join us as we roll up our sleeves to get ready for renovating. Watch us turn a house into a home and acres of grass into a farm. Welcome to Follow the Whisper. I am sun-kissed. I have a greasy face from sunblock. I'm wearing my fashionable hat here and donning a swimsuit, so that can only mean one thing. It is beach week. Say we love vacation, we love the beach, we love Topsul, but we do not like leaving our body. Yeah, gonna miss y'all. Just got in the car, we're all packed up. We're leaving at night, we're gonna drive overnight, and so it says that it's only gonna take us about 7 hours, so I'm kind of hopeful, and we'll see how long I can last before Jonathan needs to take over.
We're about an hour in, and we have one that been with us so far.
It's almost 3 in the morning. I've had lots of snacks, and I found a really good radio station about 2 hours ago that I have known every single song on. They had me on NSYNC. It's been love from there. It's 4:30 a.m.
It's 5:45 and we are crossing the bridge. Whitney held strong and drove us the whole way.
Don't know if we're gonna get there in time, but we're gonna try to get to the beach for sunrise. Jonathan, the kids, and I are in Topsail Island, North Carolina this week with this family, and it has been so nice and so perfectly timed after all of the craziness and stress and hustle and bustle and paperwork signing and just everything that we've been experiencing over the past several weeks and months. We were really looking forward to this trip, to just being able to unplug, to spend a week in front of the beach, to soak up the waves and the sun, and even just enjoy getting messy in the sand together. There's so many things that I love about getting away and going on vacation, whether that is just with us as a couple, or whether that's our unit as a family, or whether it's a trip like this when we all come together with extended family. As we have had time to unwind and take a few of those deep breaths and slow down the pace a little bit and disconnect from work, email, and alarm clocks and all of those things, I can't help but just be reminded of the seasons of life and how things change. I have experienced a lot of vacations in a lot of different forms in my own life through the years. I remember as a kid traveling with my own family. Back then, car safety wasn't as big of a thing, so we wouldn't use our seatbelts. We would set up blankets and pillows in the benches of the van and just kind of sprawl out back there. I remember endless hours in the sand with my sisters. I remember chasing seagulls. I remember my grandmother coming along occasionally and just really savoring that time with her before she passed away when I was a teenager. As we have seen numerous people walking up and down the beach over and over again, I have been reminded of Jonathan's grandmother, and I'm not sure if this is weird or different, but I can honestly say that Jonathan's grandmother was one of my best friends, and when we lost her right after Annie was born, it was devastating to me. I realize that losing an 87-year-old woman and having that be the toughest loss that I have ever experienced makes me pretty darn fortunate. I enjoyed spending time with her and hearing her stories, and I actually was fortunate enough to spend a week with her here in this very place. I have seen and felt and experienced so much of Grandma Nadine this week. I'm out here on the deck this morning enjoying my coffee and the view. Been thinking of Jonathan's grandma a lot on this trip, and it cracked me up because I picked up my coffee mug, filled it, there's a big chip out of it, and there she was again. Jonathan and I would go visit her once a week and have dinner with her, and every single time I would look at her plates, I would look at her bowls, her cups, and they always had chips in them and ours didn't. And she would say, "Oh honey, I give you guys the best ones and I keep those for myself." It just made me smile. That's how she was. She was the type of person that she gave and gave and gave. And she made sure that everybody else was taken care of before she took care of herself. And we really, really miss her. Her presence and her memory has helped me to just really focus on the things that I am thankful for and realize how quickly time passes. I remember being that new mom with two little ones who I felt like I had to watch like a hawk nonstop because they would either throw themselves down a flight of stairs or that they would just wander out into the ocean. When my kids were that age, vacation didn't really feel like vacation. It just felt like a change of scenery. This was really the first vacation that I have been on as a parent where I have really had the security and peace of mind of knowing that my kids are a little bit older now. I don't feel like I need to have a constant eye on them. I can be looking at a book at the same time as I'm sitting in front of them and making sure that they're safe. It's just crazy how quickly that came. Taking the phone into the ocean, good idea or bad idea? TBD, phone's going in. This could be a terrible idea. Even though, yes, maybe I have been able to take my eyes off of my kids for a couple of seconds here and there this trip, I also have realized how much I miss those previous stages because they're gone. As much as I hope that I savored them in the moment, I am the first one to admit that there was a lot of wishing for the next thing and hoping for the next thing and finding myself not being able to wait for the next thing. It's a good reminder to me. Jonathan and I have so many changes coming up for us with our home, with our homestead, with our farm, with our family, with homeschooling. And I really hope and pray that this vacation and this season of our life can be one that we truly savor, that we slow down and enjoy, because every season was given to us for a reason. Whether it's one of hardship and challenge, or whether it's one of joy and triumph and celebration, it serves a purpose. I want to remember that in the moment. I don't want to have to look back at everything in reflection and with hindsight and analyze or try to interpret what the meaning of that season was. I want to experience the season as I'm given it. This little buddy's calling for dolphins. Say, "Come on, dolphins!"
Come on, Dolphin.
I love traveling of every sort, and I will never turn down a vacation, but I really love the beach. It has a soft spot in my heart because it is what I grew up with. I love it all. I love the waves, I love the wind, I love the sun, I love the togetherness. Time spent side by side, which is so precious and so easy to overlook and take for granted and get lost in the shuffle when we are busy with our everyday lives. No pressure.
Here it goes. Yeah. No, push it back. Push it that way. Into your mouth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a pro. This week has been a lot of fun. I'll move here to the side. If you see that umbrella there, that is us. I don't think I don't think you can see them, but the kids are actually in the low waves right there. But the beach house that we are staying in is awesome. It is right on the beach. It is waterfront. Our view from the deck in the morning and in the evening is just spectacular. It's fun to come out in the evenings and hunt for ghost crabs. Beautiful night on the beach. Those are out hunting ghost crabs.
He's juking us out.
He is. There he goes. Hi, buddy. It's been fun to try to catch on to viral trends and dig hearts in the sands and put all of our faces around it.
So I had this idea to dig a heart and put all of our faces in it. This is like the Instagram rage, and I'm just gonna tell you guys, it's not as easy as it looks. Topsail!
We celebrated Liam's 3rd birthday here yesterday, so it was neat to have that experience at the beach together as a family. Happy birthday, dear Liam! Happy birthday to you!
Happy birthday!
Birthdays are exhausting. Jonathan is the drone master, so anytime you see those beautiful shots, he is usually the one who has orchestrated that. It was really exciting because we were all sitting down at the beach earlier and had been in the back of our minds thinking to ourselves, oh man, we wish we would see dolphins. I wonder if we could fly the drone out over the ocean and capture them. And he shot up from his seat. He's like, I think I saw him. I told him, I said, just run and get the drone. So we're like screaming at him to run. People are looking at us, and then we saw the fins crest one more time, knew that it was dolphins. So then our excitement just went through the roof. And I was so excited because he did capture those lovely shots. And dolphins are one of my very favorite animals. So I feel like a giddy little child anytime I see them. And yes, I realize that it is just a fish. Well, I guess not technically a fish, I guess they're mammals, but I know that it's just an animal and that it really shouldn't bring me the level of excitement that it does. But there is just something about seeing a dolphin in the wild that makes me go crazy, and I love it. Jonathan's dad also found a conch yesterday that was live, and that totally blew my mind. I knew obviously what the shells look like. I have seen those before, empty, but I had never seen a live conch before. And when he brought that out of the water and the way that it was whipping around in Annie's hand, I was crazy, and it was so cool. And another experience that you can only have when you're at the beach and on the water. For any and all of the work that goes into a vacation, I have always, 100% of the time received exponentially more joy.
Okay, so now we're partying here in Topsul.
Life with a homestead and more property to take care of is certainly going to be interesting from the dynamic of traveling and vacationing. And Jonathan and I have not been naive to that. We realize that our lives might be at a pivotal point here and that we might be changing how we do get away as a family. We're okay with that because we are going to adapt together and we're going to figure it out. We are going to grow and change our homestead in a way that works for us and our family and allows us to still live our lives and to still travel and see the world in a way that makes sense. A couple of weeks back, I had a video that I never in my wildest dreams imagined that people would watch because it involved me pretending that I was cool and giving a nod to MTV Cribs and giving you a tour of my sister's basement. And for whatever reason, people really related to that video and wanted to watch it. I was so blown away to see the amount of subscribers that we had quickly go from about 75 up to over 600. Our new goal, and I know that this is kind of a lofty goal and one that I may or may not achieve, but I'm gonna set it for myself anyway. Our new goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of September. And So I just wanted to take a moment, like I do from time to time, and thank all of you who already are subscribing and who are a part of the Follow the Whisper family. We couldn't do this without you, and we are so appreciative that you're here. If you have been watching the videos, or if you did pop by today, maybe it was to catch Jonathan's drone footage and see those dolphins jumping out of the ocean. But if you are here, thanks for stopping by, and I hope that you will consider subscribing too and helping us to achieve our goal. We are so thankful that you're here. I'm so thankful that you got to come along and experience the beach with us this week. Next week, we will be back on the homestead and we will be getting dirty. It's gonna be the first week of demolition and the first week of renovation. We've got a lot of carpets and a lot of floors to rip out, so check back in with us next week when things are a little bit less relaxing and when the background scenery isn't quite as pretty, but I hope that you will be here for all of it, and we are so thankful for you.
What happened while you were sleeping?
I got $1.
In the car?
From
Yeah.
who?
From the Tooth Fairy.
The tooth fairy came in the car? In case you're a baby and are afraid of getting in the ocean like me, I proudly present the Topsail. I look like a total nerd, but hey, then I don't start lying.
You're comfortable at least.
Yep.